Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and Simply E. Hold on. Hold. Get ready to enter the Jaye Spot, on Intellectual Radio.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, I want to thank you all so much for allowing me to join you on your ride home, join you as you help the kids with their homework, cook dinner, listen, choke the dog, fry the fish, whatever it is that you are doing at this time. I want to thank you all for allowing me to join you. Guys, listen, especially today because it was crazy. Let me tell you, this morning here in Chicago and a lot of parts of the Midwest, Lord have mercy, this ice storm that came in through the night. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm glad I'm here because had the foolishness that was going on this morning had it still been going on around this afternoon, your girl wouldn't have been here because it was so dangerous. Like so many people got hurt. It was so many slip and falls and just all kinds of foolishness. So I'm just glad that that part has passed. And listen, we are here and we are about to get to it, guys. We have a great show lined up for you tonight. Do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the Jaye Spot. Follow us on Twitter at Jaye Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the Jaye Spot. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Listen, please do me a favor. Go right around the corner. Go to YouTube, like and follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel there, guys. We are doing a lot of things. We have so many reels and so much content that is on our YouTube channel that is not on Facebook. So go to our YouTube channel right now, like and subscribe to the Jaye Spot Radio there, and you will see all of the content that we have over there. And it's just a lot of great stuff going on that you guys are missing out on Facebook because guess what? We want you to go to YouTube. So guys, listen, again, we have a great show lined up tonight. Listen, plenty of hot topics. So listen, you all, our first hot topic. Now, what do you all think about this? Because sometimes, listen, it's a little bit too much, but I'm going to get into a little celebrity news. So first of all, this with Tachina Arnold and her husband. So she drops his message threads in their family chat, and she drops that because it was a message thread between him and another woman. So basically, she dropped all his little affair messages, and she dropped that in their family chat, and baby, it exposed all of the foolery that her husband had been up to. What do you guys think of that? Is that was that something petty? Is that too much? Or you know what? Are you like me and saying, you know what? Tell me what the problem is. Help me understand what is the problem. Help me understand what went wrong with this. Help me understand what was wrong with a wife finding out that her husband was a lying sack of crap. And then she decides to expose to the family and let them know, you know what? Your in-law, Mother Stewart, this son over here that I'm married to, you raised a sack of crap because here's what he's doing. Son, your daddy is a sack of crap. Daughter, your daddy is a sack of boo-boo, okay? I don't see anything wrong with what she did. Again, that's just me. If you put yourself out there and you live in foul, it's time out for suffering in silence. It's time out for going through these divorces and these breakups and going through this heartache and pain I'm not going to be the only one that's upset. So I am with her 1000%. Listen, if you upset my day, then guess what? I'm going to upset your day. At least she didn't contact the other woman, and it's not saying that she did. But she took that to family business. You know what? She took that to the family because guess what? It's the family. He family and she family, and they going through some stuff because you know what? Her husband seemed to cannot keep it in his pants. Her husband cannot seem to give it to the person that he's supposed to be giving it to. He wants to share it with everyone. So, and that's a problem because that's not what they got married for. They did not get married for him to be able to have community penis. You're supposed to get your community penis and your community hoo-ha having days. That stuff is supposed to be done with when you say, you know what, I do. So when you say I do, then that means that you only ready to just give it to ow. You only want to do it to one person now for the rest of your life, unless you are one of those rare couples that say, you know what? Listen, we like to keep things a little bit spicy in our relationship. We like to keep things spicy in our marriage. And guess what? We like to invite other people to hang out with us. If you one of those couples, rock out. But Miss Tina Arnold didn't say that that's the type of relationship that she was in. So her husband was giving away her winky to somebody else, and that's not what they said I do to. That's not what they were supposed to be doing. He was only supposed to save his Twinkie for his wife because again, that's what you said that you was going to do. So if he decided that he was going to go and give it to somebody else, and that's not what we agreed upon, then I don't think that she did anything wrong by spreading his business to the family. Because again, when they break up, the family is going to need to know what happened. Why are you guys broken up? What happened? What caused you all to go y'all separate ways? And then listen, they'll have all the information right there. They'll have the whole disgusting thread showing just how much he is for the streets, showing just how much this marriage was over because he stuck it where it was not supposed to be. So again, some people may say, you know what, Jay, come on now, you got to be honest. That was real petty. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it was petty. I don't think it was petty. I don't think it was petty what ye so ever. So Marcelino, hey Cedric, how you doing? He's saying you a mess on YouTube. Yes, we are. So please go to YouTube and check us out because we are definitely kicking up dust over there on these YouTube streets. Hey Gretchen, how you doing? Then Mark, he's saying she did. She did what, Mark? She did cheat, or she did just spread the family's business. Again, I believe she should have, to Tina Arnold, she did what she was supposed to do, and she would spread that business to the family. Because again, when things have went left, why am I going to be the only one sitting here with a broken heart? See, I don't believe in that. I believe I'm going to be an equal opportunity giver. So if I'm over here crying and in my feelings and my heart is broken, then guess what? Especially if you did it to me, if you are the cause of my woes, then it's only right that I send some woes your way. So I think that Tachina Arnold, she that chick. She that chick. She my she-rock for doing that. Because listen, if I'd had pictures, baby, I would have dropped pictures. I would have dropped his location. Matter of fact, I would have took the whole family. Had I known, listen, if I find the location, he dropped the location on these Apple devices, and I found out that where he was, baby, I'm going to pick my dear up. I'm going to pick Uncle Joe up. I'm going to pick everybody up, and we're going to go over there to this hotel room where your son at and his mistress at, and we're going to figure out, we're going to get to the bottom of why you over here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to figure out what went wrong, because they say it takes a village. See, so we're going to have to start incorporating the village into the foolery, because he stepped out there. So now we need the village to talk to him and see what's going on. Now, once I confront you and do all this, here's the thing. Make no mistake about it. I don't want you back. Oh, I don't want you. But I feel like your people need to know what a piece of crap that you are, and that's just how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna get Madea and Joe and them, and we're gonna pack them up, and we're gonna go ahead on over here. We're gonna go to this spot over here to where your raggedy, nasty little son is poking somebody else, and I want y'all to get to the bottom of why y'all son is a piece of crap. But until then, you know what? Keep it in the family like this, and we have to keep it out there, and we have to keep this conversation, keep it alive and keep it well and keep it in the family, so that it, again, not only am I gonna be hurt, but he's gonna be uncomfortable about the situation as well. Because again, why should I be hurt? Why should I be the only one, with my feelings hurt and having all this other foolishness going on? And I'm over here calling myself being faithful to you, and you over here playing all of these raggedy games over here. So that's just how we're gonna do it. But guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break, and when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. And guess what, guys? We have a special guest on tonight. Listen, we have actor, special television host, model, etc., and all these other dope things. We have Andre Bellos in the building with us tonight. Guys, he's here to promote an important challenge that he's a part of with Sierra and some other things that he's working on. So we're going to catch up with Andre tonight and see what all he has going on. Because, baby, when I tell you Andre be getting to it, Andre be getting to it. You're listening to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yes, baby, listen, we are getting to it. We are getting to it, baby. But yes, Tichina Arnold, baby. Hey, we ain't got nothing to do with it. Right here. Yep. And then when Lady Lotus comes, we'll take another break. But yeah, guys, she dropped that location. Oh, you know what? Make sure I can get you this one right here, but I gotta get you on this one.
Make sure you talk, man. You gotta be 4 fingers in the mic, Andre.
Oh, I'm sorry.
4 fingers, yeah, right there. Sorry.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm promoting me being here by love.
Okay. Did you see the link on the Jaye Spot page? Okay.
Just grabbed it. And I want to do it. I want us to do it again and make a promo.
That sounds like a plan. When I tell you, I'll tell you after the show, because it's been, I'm not a Crimea River type person.
Life has been lifing for everybody.
Like, when I tell you, life has given me just life, some life for me and some other people's stuff. I'm like, you know what? Now this, I know, Lord, this belongs to somebody else. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, now, Lord, this one can be for somebody else. Like,
don't make me so strong.
I don't write. I'm like, I don't need it. Like, listen, the abundance is overflowing, and I'm like, yeah, I like the good abundance, but this right here, I'm like, Lord, have mercy.
It's a lot. Trust me.
But we do what we have to. Listen, we still here.
You have to keep going no matter what.
This is definitely true. But guys, listen, with that Tichina Arnold, drop some of y'all crazy stories. If you've ever found out your spouse was cheating, what was the crazy thing that you did? Not violent, but something that's
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, guys. Go to our page, our Facebook page, and like our page, the Jaye Spot. Go to our YouTube channel, the Jaye Spot Radio. Like and subscribe to the channel there. Check out all the content that we have there, all of the reels, and all just, as Cedric said earlier, it's a whole bunch of foolishness going on over there that y'all are missing because y'all ain't over there. So go to our YouTube channel, the Jaye Spot Radio. Check it out, like and subscribe. Guys, listen, it's just me. But sitting next to me, listen, you all, we have super talented actor, model, TV host, personality, host of, he hosted Dancing with the Stars. Listen, Andre, you look up, Andre is in some of everything. So listen, we want to give Andre the platform tonight. He has a lot of stuff going on, and I just want to catch up with him. It's been a minute since we have sat down. So listen, guys, without further ado, we have Andre Bellos in the building. How you doing tonight, Andre?
Hey, what's going on?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing the platform. I'm so grateful.
Oh, listen, always. Listen, you have been here with us. Listen, it's been almost we're 9 years old.
Wow.
9 years. So you have been rocking with us. So listen, anytime, it's
from the beginning.
It's all love.
And it's been a
Absolutely.
minute since we've talked and I've been on your show.
Yes.
So this is long overdue.
So tell everybody what you got going on and how they can get in contact with you and how they can support what you got going on.
Absolutely. So right now I'm doing a couple different things. I'm currently in a contest called Dance Icon. It's hosted by music superstar Sierra. And I'm super grateful to be a part of it. I'm currently in the top 5 at number 5. And that's pretty good for being a part of the contest with thousands of people. And I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to go on. Sometimes these things go on forever. It's not television, though. It's just on the internet. And they're going to pick 8 people to get flown out to Arizona to perform for Sierra and her choreographer, Jamaica Craft, who I've been a huge fan of for years. And out of the 8, they pick 1, and that one person gets to be in Sierra's new music video, and they get 20 grand, and they get crowned Dance Icon. Competition's pretty stiff. I'm doing it for fun, but I said, why not? I don't know if I would win, but it's giving me an excuse to dance again. I mean, I'm 37 now.
You look good, Andre.
God bless you.
You look good.
God bless you.
You look good. I would have never known that you not said that. Listen.
God bless you, dear.
Known.
But the body doesn't lie. So I can't move the same way I was
Say
able
that
to when I
again.
was 17. But and I wasn't being hired as a dancer either. And the years went by. So I got into acting and influencing. And it seemed like my dance career was over. And this is just an excuse to dance again. And for me, I love to dance. It's my therapy. I think the world loves to dance, whether they can or not, or whether they can admit it or not. But if you can walk, you can dance, and I'm excited to be a part of this contest.
Well, that is so good. I'm so glad, and I definitely wish you the best. I mean, being number 5 out of thousands, that is amazing. And Andre, I didn't know you danced.
That's what
So
everybody
I'm
is
like,
saying.
you know what? I could have put that in your introduction. I'm like, I didn't know that you dance.
Everyone's like, I didn't know that you dance. I started my career when I was 17 years old as a dancer choreographer. But by the time I turned 27 and I was not getting hired as a dancer, I was like, you gotta reinvent yourself, and I got into acting and I got into other things. But my true love actually is dancing.
Amazing.
Isn't that interesting?
Right.
But I'm 37, so there wasn't so many opportunities, so I started kind of getting into other things. But I've always loved to dance.
So tell everybody how they can follow you, and then also how we can vote. I mean, is it open
Yes.
to the public to vote? Because we definitely want to make sure that we're able to vote for you.
It's open to the public. You can vote at danceicon.com/Andre Bellos 2025. You can vote every day for free. If you feel inclined to make a donation, then they'll give you extra votes. But again, I'm doing it for fun, and I'm doing it in honor of my grandmother that passed away last year at
I'm sorry to hear
100.
that. Oh, well, that was a blessing, the
That was a
100, but
blessing.
I mean, still.
I wish she was here to see it, but I miss my grandmother so much. And really quickly, I just want to say one more thing. I am the official influencer for Azaro Parfums, and the social media advertisements just came out today for Azaro Wanted. So I'm excited to be doing that too. And I just want to drop that while I'm here.
Listen,
Thank you.
listen, whatever you have going on, please feel free to drop it, and we'll make sure that we have it in our comments, and we'll pin it and we'll share it. So we definitely will get that information, because again, you're here. We definitely want to make sure that we're supporting everything that you're doing. So
Thank
we
you.
definitely not just want to talk about it, but we're going to be about it as well. So I definitely thank you. And is there anything else, any movies, any commercials, videos, anything else you have coming up?
You know what? I don't have too much coming up, but there are some things that are just starting to come up the pipeline that I can't quite talk about yet. But I will say this, though. I had a slow start to my acting career
Mhm.
this year. So I got into affiliate marketing where I teamed up with Walmart to sell men's fragrances online at a discounted price. And yeah, I'm really excited to be doing that. And I wanted to, bring that up too. Yeah,
So listen,
it's real.
everything that listen,
It's real.
Andre, everything that you have, just plug it, and we're gonna drop it, and we're definitely gonna do our best to help you promote that. And you can always, you're always welcome to come back. Whatever it is that you have going on, we definitely support you 100%.
Thank
But
you
you
so
know what?
much.
I wanted to just piggyback on. You made one statement about the body nose and the knee. Let me tell y'all something. When I tell you he ain't never lied about the body nose,
You
and
can look as young as you want, but that body on the inside.
I call it the engine. That engine, listen, I tell my son all the time, I'm like one of them cars during tax season, the one that got like 200,000 miles on it. And, but they got it so shined up, and it's the first car at the front of the used car lot because it looks so good. Then you drive it off the lot. And you like, don't tell me I just waste my money on this lemon. That's me. I'm the lemon. He ain't never lied about that. I say every time I think about, listen, all of this stuff, running up on that west side, I'm just like, listen, lucky enough if I scooped up and down these streets. So he ain't never lied about that. But guys, listen, we have Andre here. He is kicking in with us for the show. We're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, listen, let me tell y'all, I instantly had flashbacks. How are you? How's it going? Whew,
Yeah, I didn't borrow today.
How you doing?
Did y'all borrow today?
no, but Amir did.
I voted.
So let me make sure.
I don't know if I'll win, but I'm a have fun with it.
So we're gonna make sure that we can get that everybody is in. So Andre, let's switch seats with Lady Lotus, please. So we can get this on this. You got it? Yeah, and scoot up, but we gotta put you closer. Scoot closer, yeah. And make sure because it might be just right. It might be right this time. Okay, so I got you. So what you say? No.
Pull the mic on the wheel. Andre, pull the mic on the wheel. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so no.
How you doing? Thanks for having me. Good, I can't complain. Happy New Year.
Oh, I know I'm all up in
I was just
your.
telling her, I was like, why we didn't make a promo? She was like, because we both forgot. I'm like, we're gonna do this again and we're gonna make a promo.
For sure.
Because today I was like,
Okay,
wait, why am I not promoting it? Why don't I have a flyer? Girl, I'm an airhead.
Okay, so I got that one. Hold on. February.
Work has been so slow for me. I mean, I ended up doing affiliate marketing for Walmart, and some of my friends were like, "Why are you doing that?" I was like, "Cause the rent is due on Friday." That's why I'm doing it.
So I think it's every okay. I think we're all in that one, but just not all in this one. Okay, and I don't know.
When you go back further, you get more space.
Okay, and okay. I hopefully this one be actually. No, sorry. Maybe, I don't know. What about this one right here? I don't know. Am I blocking your camera over that one right there? 'Cause I can't see that one to
We got
move it.
start now. We got.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the Jaye Spot. Follow us and subscribe to our channel on YouTube, the Jaye Spot Radio. Go there now. Go subscribe to our channel. Check out the YouTube videos. Check out the reels. Check out all the shorts. Check out all of the foolery that is going on over there. Also, go to our Instagram page and like and follow us there. The Jaye Spot. Guys, J is Jaye for all three. Listen, it's just me. Just me. Ain't nothing going on over here but me. But you got that right. But sitting next to me, you all, we have Chandler, esthetician, mother of a group of cool dudes.
Well, about one of them right now.
And a little lady. No, it's too many of them to be just picking just one. Listen, fellas, listen, the whole lot is all right with me.
They
and a
are,
little
they
lady.
are. Those my dudes. What's up, y'all?
How's it going?
It's going. I'm here. I did not fall today. I send out love and blessings to anybody who took a fall today.
My son fell. Yeah, he sprained his knee and he hurt. Yeah, so he.
Mr. Ross fell.
Yeah.
Bust that back up.
Did he?
Girl, back hit the last concrete stair.
Oh, is he
Shot.
okay?
Yeah, I guess. I'll see when I get home.
Oh no.
I got to see, my co-worker's bum today. I had to check out her bum for her because she fell walking the dog and fell on top of the dog.
Oh.
And you got your work sisterhood. She like, can you come look at my butt? And I said, well, I didn't have any intentions on
Getting that close to you.
getting close to the clear butt today, but I saw my first clear butt.
It's an emergency.
Oh,
My friend's son broke his elbow slipping down the back patio.
See, we not doing
Ooh,
that.
She was like, he got 2 elbows now.
oh no, I'm just
can't.
It's for
Lord.
real.
I think on days
Slipping
like
and
this,
falling
they
during the
should
winter
You
is
just
should
real.
have
say,
you should have
stay
stayed
at
at home.
home.
Like they should have
work
definitely
is canceled, work from home.
just
Okay.
life, unless it was just 1,000% emergency, it should have been at home, like you say. But listen, guys, sitting next to Lady Lotus, we have so I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna run it down. Actor, model, TV personality and host, and dancer. And listen, he's promoting and an influencer for different fragrances, and he's also an affiliate with Walmart. We have Andre Bellos. How you doing tonight, Andre?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me, man.
We gotta
We
get
got
some sound
the
crackling in
confetti,
here.
we got the virtual
You guys are
confetti
so
going
sweet.
on. How you doing?
Yes.
I can't complain. How are you, dear?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, just drop your socials and just tell everybody again that's just tuning in what you got going on and how they can get in contact with you.
Absolutely. First and foremost, thank you again for sharing the platform. You guys can check me out at andrebellos.com. It's just one word, my name. It's spelled ANDREBELLOS. And just got a couple things going on. I'm in the contest with Sierra for Dance Icon. You guys can vote for me at danceicon.com/AndreBellos 2025. And I'm also doing some influencing for Azaro Parfums. The social media adverts came out today. And I started doing some affiliate marketing last month for Walmart. And I have a Walmart creator storefront where I'm selling men's fragrances. So just a lot of stuff geared towards scents, I guess. Just my next path, maybe. I don't know.
You never know. As you said, listen, that body, sometimes we just got to, just slide on into the chill phase of work, just working. But you know what? I'm going to chill because I already did that hard stuff, back when my
Yes.
knees were able to, when my knees and everything was on one accord. But now, I have to listen to people like, so what you doing today? Listen, I don't be so quick to make plans because I have to figure out when I get up, is everything, on one accord? Am I in sync? Because, at a certain point, you just get up and stuff that you didn't even think would hurt is starting to hurt. And I'm just like, now, is this something really wrong or is this just something with age? And I'm just like, yeah, no, this is definitely age. So I'm just like, listen, I had one time, I'm just like, I woke up and I'm like, now I know my thumb is not numb. I know my thumb is not numb. Not the whole, like typically it'll be like the whole hand or just the whole. I'm like, Lord, I know my thumb is just, and it was numb. I'm like, okay, typically when I sleep a certain, it wasn't that. I said, you know what? So I just did like this. I said, you need a little attention today, don't
Right.
you? So I just went on ahead and did this. And then after a few minutes, it was back. But it's always something minute and something crazy that you just like,
What's going on?
I fell asleep on my wrist and I could not use my hand for like 3 days.
I can't.
You know how you fall asleep like this? That's exactly how I fell asleep.
Slapping
And I was like, why does my hand hurt?
We're not gonna talk about it. Your girl trying to, get it together for this little cruise. So I got me a little personal trainer.
Where are you going?
It's a gym in my office building. They give us a good little $35 discount.
And you're
But
going
it
on a
costs-
cruise?
But we going on our high school
our
reunion.
high school reunion.
Oh,
we're
so
doing
you
a
guys
cruise
want to
in
look
June.
good.
I do, because
Period.
he going and he not about to be buff while I'm over here looking like something. I'm over here looking like Mimo.
My 20-year reunion is this year as well.
Wow,
See,
yeah, see,
yes,
that's
come
what I'm
through.
talking about.
Everything is coming. Remember that movie?
But I'm trying to look like you.
Girl, I gotta lose weight myself.
Listen, when
I
I
get
tell you
toned up?
it all hurt, when I tell you that little girl, she all of about 5'3", and she said, "You're shaking. That's what I want to see."
Yeah.
Ma'am, I don't want to shake.
And she's in great shape, huh?
Everything hurts.
I bet.
So
Everything.
listen, this cruise, they gonna get whatever I give it. That's what they listen, it's going to
Listen.
get whatever I give it. So now I have
Yes.
some goals.
Yes, baby.
But listen, if I so happen to serve some double D's or D, whatever, because I just got these. So like they only
I know Slim Chest.
right. So I'm like, I like my Hooters, but if I lose weight, then I'm going to, because this is just
You're
water.
not, but you're not.
I do. I always do. This,
The exercise that she has me do, it's like pumping
Keeps
right
them
here.
up.
The same thing that they will do
It's
for
not
their
real.
pecs.
This
It
is-
is. It's the
it's-
muscle.
it's not real.
But see,
Trust me.
them
I done
don't-
had this is
them-
water.
Gravity gonna take over with them
This,
anyway.
this is
So you
water.
want
No,
the
don't
muscle,
you
right?
wish gravity over here? We rebuke it.
You gonna be
thee.
like my grandma, baby. They gonna be swimming.
We rebuke thee. Bada bing and bada bang. Rebuke that statement that Lady
Oh my
Lotus
goodness.
just
I
made.
ain't,
We
I ain't
rebuke.
taking it back either.
We rebuke it right now because we cannot be having it.
We
Just
go.
listen, and I do be doing all this. Gonna have
You
it,
got it.
and that's how I know that as I lose weight, this goes. I know my key points where I'm like, these
Just
things.
take them out, slap the things on
I'm
my
just
back.
like, oh my god, and that's how I be like, I done gained
Bertha,
some weight.
I gotta get rid
Don't
of
you wish
Bertha.
you could pick where you lose the weight from?
Yes, I
Yes.
do. Yes, I do. But
Yes.
it never.
Because
No
when I lose
wish.
weight, the first thing to go is my butt. I'm like, no, I like my butt.
I like it.
Take the stomach.
Exactly. And the stomach is what? The last thing.
The last thing.
It
to go.
almost
For me,
never
it's
goes.
always my face.
Me-
My homegirl, she do her detoxing, and her face.
I'm telling you, I gained weight over the holidays. I gained like 5 pounds. People would be like, oh wow, but still, I gained weight.
Listen,
And
it
it'd
is
be
what
it'd be
it is,
hard
and you
to get
feel
that
it
off
is.
because it's just a little bit. It'd be kind of
And that little bit gonna take you about a year to get off.
well,
and,
pretty,
and take 1 month to put it back on.
so listen, Pretty Tasha is saying, can we have you to spell your information again, Andres, and say it a little slower so that she can write it down? And we're gonna drop it in the comments because she wants to be able to vote and be able to support what you're doing. So can you drop your information again?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So you guys can check out my website at andrebellos.com, which is spelled ANDREBELLOS. And I have all my social networking sites on the website. So if you click one of them, it'll take you straight to the dance icon link. But that link is danceicon.com/AndreBellos2025. I think Jamila said she was going to post it
Yes,
up.
I just dropped it in. Yep, I just
Thank
dropped it in
you.
there for you.
And then I'll also repost it myself.
And so yes, Cedric, I do have a birthday. My birthday is actually next Wednesday. So yeah, so if anybody want to, wish me well, happy birthdays and all that other good ish. Listen, if you all want to, I have a secret concoction up in here. Cedric, you better not tell my secret either. I got a secret concoction up in here.
I know that's
If you
right.
want to support this concoction ministry, just,
I know
we
that's
got
right.
the Amir bought me this for
I
Christmas.
love that
The
cup.
cup's fantastic.
It look better than that one that she had sitting here. That plastic.
You know what?
one.
And that's why he said, he was like, you know what? I'm getting you this, beloved, because you know you cannot be sitting out there with that super big mug, and you ain't even slurping on a super big glove. So listen, so guys, y'all can cash app us at the $, the Jaye Spot 2022. So the Jaye Spot 2022. Listen, and
And
you know
every dollar counts.
every
That's
dollar
for sure.
does count. And you know what, guys, I'll just take like $5 or $10 and buy some coffee, and then I will definitely donate it to charity. Because guess what? You know, I be funding my own, little habits and stuff. But I do like to buy stuff. Like if I see homeless people, like I randomly like to just do things to help people out. Now, let me tell you now, some homeless people, I'm gonna get on them.
Don't do it.
I am.
Because I ain't even got time for Chicago shenanigans.
I am, but you know what? That's why I'm gonna get on it, because you know exactly. Listen, some of these people you cannot help because,
I
baby,
know.
let me tell you.
Flashback on what we did. Flashback on Thanksgiving. Flashback.
We went, you all,
And it be your own people.
to feed the homeless for Thanksgiving, and these Bamas told us they were not. We went down to Tent City. I guess that they
We
all
was
out.
at Kedzie. We was on Kedzie, right off Kedzie and Holman, under the viaduct where all the little tents at, the little
Wow.
hood tent city.
And these
They didn't want the food.
They
want
saw
the
that
money?
they weren't coming out. They was waiting for the Muslims.
because
the
they get
Muslim was
money
giving them money.
and oil.
Whoa.
And we not, you know, I
Oil.
could see them avoiding, you know, I'm sorry, y'all, but
I
I'm gonna say
can't.
they were avoiding the church people. They did not want to be preached to, which I get it. But we're trying to tell them we're from the neighborhood, like we grew up around here. We just trying to come back. We just got some food. We cooked it in the kitchen, you know.
You can't help
And
everybody.
we ended up going around the corner. They hurried up and jumped out. And we went to the
We went to Garfield Park.
we went to Garfield Park, and they came through. They weren't homeless though. That
Yeah,
was
they
just
just
you
had a
know
whole
the
bunch of
neighborhood
other-
people.
They was
Yeah.
just hungry.
They was just the neighborhood.
I don't even
people.
think that they was hungry. They was just, they just
we
had
was
a
just
whole
right
lot-
on time
They
before
was
it was
just
time for them
outside.
to get that morning high going. And then we went to the shelter.
the homeless shelter,
and
yes.
they were so grateful and appreciative.
And that's what I like. But I'm like, some of these people, you know, it makes it sometimes it's hard to help people. Like, you know, you want, and I've had, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but sometimes I just get the weirdest request, and then I have to act ugly because it just catches me, the audacity catches me off guard.
Right.
So I can think, I remember I was at, this is like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I was at Union Station downtown. And so I was in the food court, of course, going to buy some coffee. And so I'm down there. So this man, he's like, you know, he was thin, he was hungry and everything like that. So I'm like, okay, let me buy you something. He asked me, could I get him something to eat? So I'm like, okay, I'll get you something to eat. So we were right there. It was so, you know, the court is so many, the food court is so many different restaurants, but we were standing like near a Popeyes. And so he said that he wanted some chicken. I was like, okay, well, Popeyes right here. I said, just go up, order whatever it is that you want, and I got it. Lord, and I said, Lord, I know, Lord, I know this ain't nothing but the devil. When this man said that his next statement, he said, well, if you could give me the money, I got a taste for some Harold's. It's right around the corner. I said, Lord, why have thou forsaken me? You know, God, you know I am about to clown up in here. And I went off on that man. I said, so we right here. And you got the nerve to ask me for some money to buy you some chicken. I said I'm gonna buy you some Popeyes, but you tell me, oh, you could just give me the money. I'll go right around the corner to where is the Harold's at downtown, right here on Madison and Clinton? Where is the Harold's at, sir? And see, and then I had said all the couple things I'm not gonna tell you. I said, but I'm just like, Lord, I said, and them people was just looking at me like, I don't know which one was her or the guy that asked, baby, I bet you when
he's the worst one.
He tucked his tail in, he walked off mumbling whatever he was walking. Simple. I said, good, serves you right.
I started the whole let my heart lead me.
Yeah.
Because I've watched them see me with my sons, a plethora of them, okay? take my sandwich and watch. Something in me just say, watch him. One threw the sandwich in the trash can. He jumped off the train. Now y'all, everybody know this man. Y'all chime in, ride with me. The man on the red line who looked like Red Fox. He got the real big belly. He been riding the red line since I was a kid.
Wow.
Took my son out to eat at Cheesecake Factory. I didn't touch my food. He gets on the train. Some young folks on the train. They like, oh, you know, the new thing is I'm just thirsty. I'm just a little hungry. Pat, you know, if you got a couple of dollars, it'll help. So they gave him a whole 2 liter of Coca-Cola.
He didn't want it?
I gave him my food, Cheesecake Factory bag, untouched, okay? He opened up their pop, took a swig of it, waited for the doors to open, and right before the doors closed, he put the food and the pop back in the bag. This guy sat in the back and said, water and food, my... I said, see, people come out the kindness of their heart, and then when somebody really, really needs something, we don't want to give because y'all burning bridges because you just want to go get high or you just want to get drunk or you want what you want. The lady at McDonald's over there on Madison, not on State and Chicago Avenue. This was when McDonald's had them little wraps. We couldn't get enough of them.
Those were good.
Wraps.
I used to order mine without chicken. They used to be like, what?
Yes.
It's a salad and a tortilla.
Salad and a tortilla.
It was so good.
Oh, that was so good with the little sauce. But anyway, so the lady, she said she hungry. The chicken sandwiches was $1.
Oh, I remember
so I
those
ordered
days.
her. I got this lady a whole meal. She gonna say, I don't want a chicken sandwich.
Right.
I said, okay, man. Well, you're not hungry then.
Yeah.
You don't sit up here. Beggars can't be choicy. You gonna get what I order you that's on this dollar menu, or you don't get anything.
Yeah.
The guy walked out the door. He said, ma'am, I'll take it. Here you go, sir. Bless you. And turned around and gave him some money. Y'all tell little girl she messing it up for y'all over here.
You know, you cannot help everybody. I've had, instances too. I know there was one time I was at a Subway and a young guy, younger than me, was like, hey, I'm homeless. Can you help me out? And I was like, I don't have any cash on me, just my debit card, but I'll buy you a meal.
Right.
He was like, no, I want
the money. No, you good.
There was another time where I was, there's been quite a few times because I like to help homeless people and I like to be charitable. But I mean, it was even one time where I was like pulling off the E-way and someone was like, oh, can you give me a donation? I was like, I don't have any cash on me, but I do have like a bunch of snacks. I just went grocery shopping. I'll give you like a random bag.
Yeah.
And he took it. He was like, this isn't nothing compared to the money, but I'll take it anyways. So, you can't help everybody. But there are times where people are very appreciative and grateful. I mean, it was one time I pulled over and gave someone some money and another driver was like, don't give her money. She stands there all the time begging, blah, 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 blah. So you can't help everybody. And I've also gone to the head of the charities and teamed up with them and worked with them. And you would be surprised. Some of them are nice and some of them are awful people. Yeah, just because they work for charity, they want that check. They're they can only get 2 oranges and 1 lemon and 1 this and 1 that. That's not charity. Right. That's business.
That's business. But that's no difference. I tell people, I'm sorry, don't donate to these big places because after every dollar, Mr. Man only donates 10 cents. So he keeping 90 cents.
And I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to say the name because everybody knows who they are. But I volunteered at this one place.
It's a color.
And
it's the color.
And I was giving people way beyond the limitations. Like if you got 1 milk, I was giving them like 4.
Okay.
And one lady gave me a hug and was like, oh my God, I feel Jesus when I hugged you.
Yeah.
And the lady got mad. The lady was all like, Andre, we need to talk in the office. She's like, what's going on? She was like, this lady was supposed to get 1 milk. You gave her 4. This person was supposed to get 2 breads and you gave them 3. And then, so it is, unfortunately, charity is a business. It is. Because man has gotten involved.
They
God didn't want all this.
They write it all off. And it's just like, even some of these foundations,
and it's expired.
They open these foundations
I need to stop.
No, it truly is. That stuff do be expired.
It's expired.
It be expired.
And it's like, you ever heard that old saying, don't guard bad food?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I need to stop talking.
No, keep going.
But it's like non-perishables is fine to eat past expiration date. But again, it's expired. But they guard it like it ain't.
The expiration date is for the consumer to continue to buy.
Right.
How a bean gonna go out? How the bean gonna expire?
Because it's sitting on the shelf
out of the
for
ground
a while.
and it's
yeah.
Right, because it's all this pesticide, the real
Exactly.
stuff. That's what
But
the issue
even
is.
the canned goods, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you give the canned good a 2-year limit, but yet you tell me I need to preserve these things for an emergency. But then every 2 years, I got to go buy a whole new set of emergency supplies. There's nothing wrong with it, sir. A bug didn't get in there. It's still closed tight.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, most things expiration dates are so consumers can continue to buy.
Now listen here. Speaking of expiration dates, listen.
Uh-oh.
This mother, her boyfriend, he calls himself checking her 25-year-old son after he fails to pay his part of the rent. Do you all think that the boyfriend has a right to step to the woman's son and say, yo, you ain't paid your half of the rent, or should this man just stay out of it and, let the mother and the son hash that out? What do you all think about that? He up in there, because no doubt I would be like, first of all, did you pay your half of the rent?
I was just about to say, circumstances pen. Now, if this man is being the man of the house, if he's doing his due diligence and his part, you know what I'm saying, and he's stepdaddy, then yes, as the man of the house, he has a right to say something. Now, if you sitting up here acting like my son, but then one of y'all paying, and then one of y'all doing nothing, you go curl over in that corner and shut up. That's all I got to say.
He does not have the right to say anything, whether he's paying or not. If he's not paying, he shouldn't say anything. If he is paying, he has the right to say something, but not to the son. He has to tell the mom, his woman, and she has to go and tell the son. That's what I believe. I know people won't get me on that.
I get that. I get it. But when you're in a relationship, we're in a relationship, and you are the man of my home, how does that allow you to be the man of the home if you are not allowed to speak to my children?
The ones he didn't create?
But it doesn't matter, because we are creating a family now. We are a family. Now, me personally, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you can't be a family in my family anyway. If you're not being a man,
if the kids are minors, if there's adult kids living in the house, that's gonna be tricky.
That's gonna be tricky, but at the same time, if you don't like it, then you could get your adult self out of my house.
I get it.
Because when you think about it, it puts, and I'm speaking for being a mother, it already puts us in a bind to try to meet someone and try to become a family and try to become a relationship.
Does it offend you if the guy said something to your son without telling you, and he was like, hey, Ma, your guy's talking to me about rent money? Would you be like, yes, he should?
Now, in my household, it wouldn't, because that man is standing up and being a man. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, see, I'm not gonna mix the two. So I'm just one for not, like, I don't want to have you stand like my boyfriend and my man. Like, you have to stay in your own, because my thing is, a boyfriend, like, we haven't even established like where we're going. Like, you ain't even my husband, so it's like, to bring you into my house, like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I would, if my son was staying there, then it would just be my son and myself. My man have to stay, he got to stay in his own place, because I know that things like this has the tendency this could
to go left
occur.
And that's
so that's why I'm just like,
being that
I wouldn't mix the two.
And that's what I was just about to say, being that mom, we always have to take things in consideration like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when my sons were younger, I never really dated, because I'm not bringing people into this equation. Because if you say something wrong to them, if you do something wrong to them, it's going to be a problem. And then
you also don't want your kids seeing you with all these different guys.
Exactly. But then you have 5 boys that are going to protect me.
Right.
So it's like, what you doing? Who you talking to? Wait, this is my mom's house. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to them, when they were younger, I did, meet someone else and got married. But when that person came into the equation, that person came into the equation as a father. He didn't just come in like my stepdad. I love my daddy. We closer than me and my mom. My dad came in and my mom was like, you got to ask him, can you go outside? Why? I don't know him.
Wow.
That's your boyfriend. She didn't bring him into the fold and allow me to get to know him and allow me to, build a relationship with him before she tried to throw him at me that's your daddy now. He's not. He's your boyfriend. So in
Wow.
those circumstances, you have to separate and check. You gotta allow.
And it's not easy.
You gotta
It's
allow
not.
kids to build relationships with these people, this partner, whether it's a male or female, before you just be like, I love this person, I'm finna marry them, and you stuck with them.
You know, I grew up in a blended family. My dad was married before he met my mom. He had 2 kids and then divorced, married my mom, and had 3 more.
Mhm.
And my dad never, us 5 kids, he never integrated us. So now as adults, like, we get along. We all have like a mutual respect for each other, but none of us are tight. And I think that's why. And also, I remember growing up and my mom would say things to my older half brother and sister, like, you have to do this or you have to do that, or try to discipline them. And they would say things to her like, we don't have to listen to you, you're not our mom. And then she would get upset and tell my dad. And then my dad would be like, well, if I'm here, I'll do it. If I'm not here and you have to do it, then say that I told you to do it. So then it turned into, you have to do this. And they would say, we don't have to listen to you, you're not our mom. And she would say, your dad told me to tell you X, Y, and Z. All I know, it was nothing but turmoil.
It's not.
It was
And it's
nothing
so-
but
it's-
turmoil.
To me,
It's
it's
really
no
crazy.
respect, because if I respect you, I'm gonna listen to you regardless.
And
Like
it
think
was a
about if you
blended,
got a godparent. I
not
would
just
never
that.
disrespect my godparent
Not
like
just that, it goes so deep because my older brother and sister's mom was white and my dad is white. But my mom is Hispanic. So that was another thing. There was a lot of
Culture,
racism.
culture,
100%, because my
racism.
brother would say things like, shut up, you Mexican. I'd be like, well, you don't say it like that, number one. And number two, I'm not Mexican, I'm Salvadorian. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or my brother would be like, oh, can I say half-breed on the radio?
We don't know.
He was like, he would be like, we don't care about you, Andre. You're just a half-breed, because he was full Greek and I was half. So it'd be so, and now if I'll be like, do you remember? He'd be like, oh, remember that.
Because kids are cruel. We're cruel
I know,
when we're
I know.
kids. We're
But see,
cruel.
so I was in a blended. Well, listen, it's just a lot of us. I'm just saying
Y'all
like this.
just nuts.
It's
Anyway.
just-
You are
listen.
not the example of anything. Don't no, ma'am, no
No,
ham,
I
no
got
cheese,
cheese.
no.
So it's a lot of us. So first of all, it's 7 of us.
Whoa.
So
There's 5 of us. Wow.
and then my stepfather, God rest his soul. But let me tell you, when I tell you he was the perfect man to have a blended family, because baby, when I tell you he was so petty, woo! When I tell and it's his petty ways, I definitely inherited a lot of his petty ways. But one thing I do remember is that and he had two biological kids that was by his first wife, and so when they came, so they're like, okay, how you get this lady? She got 7 kids, and then you got 2. Listen, we just come on all, and they
Bring
just
it on in.
blend it
I
up
love
like.
it.
So he never treated us like we were his stepkids, or we never felt like steppish, but we did feel the wrath of his pettiness. But he also felt it of ours, because coming from 2 kids and then you got 7 kids, that's a huge
That's a lot.
difference. I mean, you would have, and it's like when I say petty stuff, you would go in the refrigerator and you have some chips. Don't leave anything in the refrigerator. First of all, that you want, you better find somewhere to hide it, because if you go in the refrigerator,
getting
it's
eaten.
gone. And who did it? Nobody's ever gonna fess up
Right.
to who did it. So we had a lot of those different type of things. But the reason why I said that he was so petty, because in his discipline, like his discipline was more mental. Like it was 5 girls. And so girls take long in the bathroom. Well, you know, he's like always going, y'all hurry up and get out the bathroom. I gotta use the bathroom. How I can't use the bathroom? Always just fussing. So one day we came home from school and he took the toilet and set the toilet in the bathtub.
Oh.
And so he told us if he couldn't use the bathroom,
Y'all
then not in this house was gonna use the bathroom.
Oh
And so my
God.
mom worked at night. My mom worked from 2 to 10. So she had no idea that
What
we
was
didn't
going
have.
on? A toilet.
And so he kept it out for 3 days.
Oh my God.
Yes, so-
Where did y'all go to the
Thank
bathroom?
God my aunt and my uncle lived right next door.
Oh.
So we
Can we use the bathroom? Can we use the bathroom?
But can I tell you one thing? When he put that toilet back up in there, I bet you he never had another problem about us with that bathroom.
Y'all didn't even talk on the turn, huh?
Oh my goodness, please don't let
My
me
mom
do
was
this
strict
then.
like that.
We did not.
Taking doors down and stuff.
Oh, he took a. Yes,
If
he
we
took
slammed the
doors
door,
down.
my mom would take it down.
That's
Let
how
me
he
tell
used
you,
to
I
do.
am
He took the doors
I
down.
went to
Took the doors
Arizona to
right
visit
down.
my son. Moved to Arizona with his girlfriend and her family, and they have all daughters. And so her daughters all went in their room and closed the doors. We
baby.
drinking. I think she was I think the mom was Puerto Rican. So she was Mexican. We drinking tequilas all night.
Nice.
I was beating on their doors. No more locked doors, gracias. I said, you let your kids lock doors in your house?
Mm.
I said,
Baby, you
I'm
ain't
going
no
through
door.
everything. I'm going through your drawers, your book bags. There is no freedom and no peace in my home
At all. At
That's
all.
why
It should
kids-
be.
that's why
how the
kids
stuff
come
is
in
the
your
way
house
it is today.
with things. My daughter, this is my book bag. I say, no, I paid for this.
My mom was
Everything
exactly
in
like
your
that, girl.
room belongs to me.
That's how I'm telling you. My
I
mom,
go through everything.
yes, my mom would buy me a toy, and then my little brother would be like, "Let me play with it." I'd be like, "No, it's mine." And my mom would break it. I'd be like, "Mom, you broke my toy." She'd be like, "It's my toy.
My toy.
I bought it. I could
Yep.
break it."
We
My mom
share.
was so strict.
We don't treat each other inside the home how we treat people outside. I told my kids, y'all fight each other, you're gonna fight me. You can argue with your brother, you can disagree with your brother, but we don't lay hands on nobody.
Yeah.
We lay hands on people in the streets.
My
not
mom was
in
like,
home.
the only person allowed to argue in my house is me. But my mom did not play.
I don't play.
When
See,
she got
my
that
mom-
belt
I
out,
don't play.
My mother was. See, my mother is.
No.
Sister,
Sister Vance is cut from a different cloth, baby. I will tell you to this day, I still have one thing that I will never forget. And it has been a rule in my home because of her mother.
what is it?
I used
Sister
to-
Vance?
I used to go to her house after school. We lived 1 block away from each other, and we were in high school.
Yep.
And her mom would be like, my kids don't go outside till they read a book. And I'm sitting here like, read a
Wow.
book. She was like, you could wait for her or you can leave. And
Right.
she meant it. And so my slow self, I ain't reading no damn book. I go sit in the corner and watch all of her siblings sit there and read their book.
Baby,
I
sister
love
And then
it.
she like, y'all can go outside.
Until
And
you
I
read a
started
book.
reading books with them.
How did your mom prove it? Did you have to tell her what
You
the
know
book was
what?
about?
She would. She just had. I don't know. She just had this
Oh.
way of knowing, and we knew not to play because at
No.
any given moment, if she decide to ask
You
you,
needed
She
to
asked
know.
and
no
you don't
question.
know, then you ain't going outside. You ain't going outside today. First of all, we barely even went outside. That was
Right.
the first thing.
Right.
So we was not even finna pull it and try to be
Right.
slick and not read the book, because then you ain't never going outside. And it would be the summertime, and you hear
Oh.
all of your friends outside playing and
And where
having a good
y'all
time.
lived at, and you
Everybody
could hear
was-
everything.
everybody-
Even where I
everything was
lived
outside.
at, we lived right on Pulaski.
And-
You hear everything.
Everything.
And my mom was not about like grounding for weeks. She'd like ground you for a month. At the beginning of summer break.
Let me
like,
tell you,
oh
my
my-
mother was your
she was
curfew is
something.
what my mom used to say. Your curfew at 8:30. Me, in my mind, I leave where I'm at 8:30. Every minute that I was late was a day of punishment.
Really?
Baby, my
I
mama sat in
stayed
the
on
window.
punishment.
Okay, my mother
Yeah,
used
her
to
mama
sit
used
in
to
a
be in the
window.
window.
She used to have a pillow in the window on the days when she was
And
off.
was it the church downstairs or next door?
It was on the corner, so it was in the same building, but it was on the
Yeah.
opposite side, but like right there. So she would sit in the window, and now she used to tell us that if she called our name and we couldn't hear her, we were too far.
Ooh.
And she wouldn't yell. So it's just like, ma'am, come on, we down. And she would say, so we just had to you call me,
My
just have
Vance
to ask,
ain't
because, she didn't play. And it's like, because when you got in the house, and it wasn't so much she was physical, but if you got in the house and you did something that she said, okay,
Straight.
you ain't going outside.
My mom was physical. She would whoop me in front of my friends.
Oh, we
and
got
I would be like,
whoopings now.
Mom, why are you whooping me in front of my friends? She's like, because I want them to be scared of me too.
Oh, it went down.
All
Don't
of
get
it.
me wrong.
But
it
think
went
about how
down.
many
It
of
went
those
down.
boys love your mom and respect
Yes.
your mom. Like
Yes.
I am so to this day so respected by 32-year-old men, because one of them, he's like, why you used to call me Shorty rough? Because you look rough, Shorty. But it's that respect, because like I didn't get discipline at home.
Yeah.
So I got my butt whooped, But it was a difference. My mom was like my sister. Like my mama go sit right here with us and kick it. My mama is the fun mom,
I
right?
get that.
But when I go to her house, I was getting that discipline feeling.
Yeah, that's
you know?
how my mom was.
And all of my friends that I have, like since I was a kid, they don't understand that I gravitated towards you because you had that mom.
Yeah.
And it's like families are just so different. And it's just like, which will lead into our next hot topic. It's like if you getting in a relationship with a person that has kids and you know, like you are not a person that is good with kids, or like you don't want somebody else's kids. You don't want to take on that role of step and all this and that. Because here's the thing, I'm not really sure at this point I'm willing to play stepmother to a little 6-year-old. Can you imagine
You
me?
don't want Faja.
See,
You don't want Faja.
Faja, listen, because Faja knows she can get strung up. I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about
My
these
baby,
new,
no.
these people where if the little kid, he came and he had a little kid. First of all, if his baby mama looked like a pit bull, now you got your little daughter look like a little pit bull and a boxer mixed together. And then she tell me, you ain't my mama.
I don't want to be your mama.
You Doberman pincher, you doggone right. I'm not your mama. See, that's why I'm not. So I don't feel like, because if you give it to me,
I'm giving it
I'm
back.
gonna give you some back. Now you're gonna go call your mama. Now me and your mom, now it's gonna be some complications.
Look at all that drama with Blueface and his girl and they mom. They be fighting the
fighting.
You know
sisters.
what? I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I just
Wait.
feel like they all asked for it. They all knew what they signed up for. And I think they all do it for a check. I said it. I meant it
I
because
agree with you.
it's too much.
It's too much money
It's
to
too
not
much.
get along. But then it's like, we'll pay you to keep fighting.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
And this is, and thinking
Because
about
what,
this
where
statement
we
though,
live at today, this right here, this how we make money.
Because you know what producers do?
they egg it on.
They will sit here and be like, tell me about your mom. And they will take one thing that my mom did something to me 10 years ago and it made me sad. And they will make that
Push
the
that.
focus.
They're like, oh, she
Yes.
abused him, and
They
he
will
grew up
set
in
it
a-
up. Yes,
yeah.
they will set it up in a way to bring that back.
Because
and then
drama sells.
Yeah.
It's what you think about it, you say something and I get on there and I say something snappy to you.
Yeah.
And we all keep going and going and
It's
going.
a domino.
Soldier Boy
And
said
this
it.
happened years ago.
Soldier Boy said it first. Soldier Boy said, y'all don't like me, but y'all keep commenting. Every comment, I get paid.
right.
And
So
see, the
every time
thing
we
is
comment,
too, though,
they get paid.
because it's like you got to think about
Ayala
it. If
gone.
you talk nicely,
Ayala.
people.
Fix my life.
She
gone?
Well, the show is not on anymore.
She was so. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry for what I'm about to say. She's so evil. I just like. Oh, she's just one of those evil grandmothers that you just as wicked as a rattlesnake. No, ma'am, you are too. I'm like, I
Some
would not.
people need that. though.
With all
know.
due
Some
respect,
people
I'm
need
like,
that.
ma'am, and I know that I won't be invited to meet you. I don't want to meet you because your spirit is bad. I wouldn't want none of that evil woman spirit. I'm like, I didn't see anything sincere in what it is that she was doing. Now, maybe it was something sincere when she was off the screen and maybe they, just emphasized
what
on
people
little
wanted
key
to watch.
moments. But just overall, listening to her talk, I'm just like, oh, she's so far from the woman that wrote the book. I forgot what was her book before she teamed up with Oprah. She's so far, she's so different than that woman. The evil lady that she is today is different from the lady that first came out talking about her husband and her family. But this little lady right there, I'm like,
I can't
ma'am,
even say I really
with
watched
all
that
due
show like
respect,
that.
I love
you
it.
are. I used to watch it because I just.
But she would cross
I
the line a
saw-
lot.
I-
Because it was a
I loved
television
it.
show.
I
I saw
loved it because
pieces
she
of
would
it.
go off on, because I knew she was going off. I knew Beloved. That's
When
why
she started doing the celebrities, I was like, oh, it got so good.
That's when I think I
Yeah.
kind of saw her in the celebrity mode. But every time I did see her, she just was. I feel like she was one of them cutthroat people that's just gonna tell it to you how she feels that it is. And I feel like
And I'm like, was that
people
always necessarily helpful? Because
need
there's some
that.
situations I'm just like, ma'am, you just done brought these people on here and you just opened and you just busted their life wide open. And now they got to go back home with each other with no tools and they're not equipped to handle the stuff that you just opened up. I'm like, some things are just so serious that I'm like, Why are you even writing this show to have them to come on and exploit you and your family? And now you got to go back, and now all this has been exposed.
But that
Now
don't
what
make-
y'all gonna do when y'all
But
go
that don't
home?
make her the problem. That make them the problem. You the one right there coming on here. You know how she is.
But
I
it's
ain't
right,
going
but
on
it's
more.
just like when you
Talking
go
about who the
on
baby
the,
daddy. I ain't
on the
going on there.
shows, and then they pick at this one thing and they bring something out, or they could have the producers or something. They could have found a little piece, but then they expound on it and made it bigger than what it was, and then you get it on TV, and now it's amplified. But guess what? I gotta go home. And now I got to deal with it.
And they only give you a piece.
A couple
of it. They don't give you the whole.
No.
They don't give you the whole thing. They don't tell you the hoarder was back there crying and sorry that, you know, she got all this stuff in her house piled up around her. We just go show you she nasty. It's dead rats all around her.
And speaking of sorry, this man right here, I feel like this is a sorry comment for a man to make, but you know, he's entitled to feel this way. TK Kirkland says, raising another man's child is mental illness.
Wow.
Sir,
Who is he?
I guess he's supposed to be some comedian or something. I don't know. I guess he's supposed to be funny. Y'all tell me who he's supposed to.
Raising another man's
He
child
said it's
is
a mental illness.
How about
And
leaving your child is a mental illness?
how about
Yeah.
thinking that way? But again, if this is your stance, like I can totally respect that, because I can stay away from you. Don't have this mentality and don't have this as how you feel, and then you keep it to yourself, and now you're dating a woman that has kids, and now you treating her kids any old type of way. That's why I say, you know what? Today, I don't think it's even like people are doing things to these kids because they don't want them, and you forcing them to do. Like, listen, if you got kids, talk about that ish up front so that you can know where these people stand. Because guess what, baby girl, if he say he don't date a woman with kids, stay away.
And if you have kids, raise your kids. Don't let someone else raise your kids.
Absolutely.
You know, that's so sad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's where the mental illness.
I couldn't agree with you
I'm
more.
so sick of the stepdads and the people that's stepping up to be stepdads and stepmoms or whatever the case may be. They get beat up, but the deadbeat mama who left the kids, nobody says anything about her, or the deadbeat daddy who just walked away from the children knowing that the children are his. Now he over here with Becky and Sue Ellen and all them doing whatever he want to do, and nobody says anything about them. It's always either the parent that's staying there doing everything, or the step parent who decided to say, you know what, I'ma love y'all. I'm gonna take you and all your dysfunctionalness.
Look at Russell and Sierra.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
That's a good example, and people definitely like to hate on him, but he loved, you could tell he loved that boy. He loved Lil Future, and Lil Future, Big Future. Listen.
And they make fun of him. They say he's a punk for that. That goes to show you the world we live in.
It does.
Sad.
It does. So because this man chose to love another man's child.
Because he loves Sierra.
And here's the thing. If your heart is not big enough to love somebody else's kid,
then you don't love that person enough.
And don't get into that situation.
Because a kid is a kid. It's no difference than me saying, all right, my kids are adults now. I'm about to go out here into this world. You know, my guy could have been like, nah, I don't want no parts of this. I have adults. You never know when one of them adults need me
to come back,
and have to come home.
Yep.
We're not about to argue, oh, he can't come here. Do you accept me? If you accept me, do you accept me?
All of me.
And everything that come along with me, because it goes past our children. What if my mama gets sick? What if your mom?
But that's
what if your mom
those
gets
are
sick?
conversations
what if
that I think that has to.
What if your sister died?
And
I gotta
conversations
take
like that
on.
have to be had up front, because it's like, especially if you like, I'm caught, you know, I'm about to move in with somebody or we're getting married, and I know how I am. I know that I'm gonna open the door for family members. I'm gonna open the door type person. Just don't listen. If you get on my nerves now, then it's gonna be a whole. But I'm gonna open the door to help. But if I'm with someone, and I know my son is grown, but I'm like, I know if anything ever happened, you are welcome. But me living with him or me having a husband now, I gotta have this conversation in advance. And if he has kids, we have to have a conversation like, okay, so what will happen, if one of the kids needs to come home? Can they come home? Or what's the game plan? Will we help them? How would that look? I mean, I like to talk about stuff like that ahead of time, because you could be all up in love and then they be like, they have to figure it out for themselves. Ain't nobody coming here. I'm like, wait, what? Say what? Ain't no. I'm like,
What's
now, and in that case, by your kid being grown, do you turn away from that relationship? Or do you say, dang, because it's going to always be lingering in the back of your mind. If something were to ever happen with your child's employment or whatever, they fell on hard times, your spouse is saying they are not welcome here. They're not welcome to come to y'all home. Is that, how would you proceed with that type of relationship?
I don't think I could ever look in one of my children's faces or my son's face and say, you can't come here because he said. That is never. Now, I said your grown self gonna have to figure this out. That's different. That's me. Your mama said it. But for him to be like, nah, and I'm like, okay, he lost his job, especially you got a kid that's out here, you doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he on the block and he doing this and he doing that. No, he can't come here. But I don't think I could lay next to somebody who outright says, we can't help my seed that came out my body. We're not doing that. And in that moment, I would probably be gone.
Yeah.
Because my blood, I know blood is thicker than water and all these other things, but whether it was discussed or not, that's my child. And if this person is coming at the door with a bag, it could be my sister, it could be my mom. How do we turn away our family?
Yeah.
You're not going to put that karma on me. But now, that's me.
So I would have to see who the person is. And it's like, because if you already got a jacked up attitude and it's already some tension there, I don't know if I would want you. Like if your daughter,
want you anyway.
What you doing? Are you trying to have World War III happen up in here? Because it's gonna. Now, if you got a kid or an adult child, and they're disrespectful to your mate or your spouse, then no, I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to come here because you're not gonna come and tear up my home. I'm trying to help you, but you got a problem over here. Listen. How this man want to run his house, this is his house.
Right.
You are a visitor, okay? You are a visitor. And if you don't like how grown folks run their stuff, like they told us when we was growing up, when you grown, you got your own.
Right.
So I like that. When you grown, you got your own. But when you are staying with somebody, then you have to act like you are staying with somebody. And a lot of people have that twisted. You don't have the same rights and privileges that we have. Because this is our house.
Right.
You're just passing through. Okay? You don't get no mail sent here. Matter of fact, don't even take your shoes and your clothes out the bag because you may get too comfortable. Think you live here. I need you to go and look and see what's in this bag right here. Keep it like that, because then that reminds you, I'm just here for a while trying to get on my feet, not going putting pictures up in awards and no,
we're not doing that.
Go up in that room. What you think you're doing here? Got the baby stuff over? No. Come on, honey. Put all that stuff back in the suitcase. You need another suitcase for the baby. I'll go get the baby another suitcase.
To be living out the bag like you on vacation.
That's how you have to do, because what you're not gonna do is settle here permanently. But if they, to me, so I would just think that it depends on that adult child's attitude.
I'm gonna say this: if I met you and your kid had a nasty attitude, we ain't gonna make it.
Right.
Because my kids,
you're right. It does work both ways.
I don't deal with disrespectful kids. Like my sons have never disrespected anybody I've dated. If they don't like them, then I'm paying attention to why they don't like them, because we was raised on, if the kids don't like them, if the animals don't like them, something ain't right about that person's spirit. I've never dealt with my sons being disrespectful to my friends or anybody else. My kids are not like that, so I'm not going to deal with that from somebody else. Now, if they disrespecting you, that's some street stuff. That don't got nothing to do with how I raised them.
Well, I
But
always
they
knew
are
karma
still
was coming
adult.
back for me.
They're
'Cause,
still,
you know, I knew it.
I still karma or not, I still could not see you dating some man whose daughter like or son goal in life is to torment you. You
You're
know
not
them
gonna be-
kids
because I'm
that
not
don't
finna
want
deal
to
with
see
that.
their
I'm just
parent
not-
with somebody
listen.
else, and you think you finna come up in here knocking over stuff and lying on me. No, you could take this little demon, a spawn, back over there with your little baby mama and find you somebody else that want to try to help rearrange this child. Or I'm gonna take the little kid and I'm gonna tell you, hey, little kid, I ain't the one.
Right.
And I
fight
had to do
kids.
that though.
I press charges on kids. My coworker told me that they bullying her kid. We press charges on bullies.
I had to do that before though. This guy was, and I can't say the relation because then everybody gonna know. But I was dealing with this guy, and he had a kid. I'm not gonna say the sex of it because, like I say, I'm just this year I'm trying. Unless I have to be messy, then I'm not gonna be messy. But so he had a kid, and so the kid had him wrapped around his finger, and I was like, yeah, no, and I saw, and I didn't say anything. I just sat back and I observed and I just watched, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to deal with this because, see, I know I will snatch a knot all up and through your child. And I said, you know what? This ain't even nothing to see. We ain't got there yet. Guess what? You ain't even got to be thinking about that. We ain't got to do that. And guess what? And I removed myself from the situation. And then it's like now, years later, seeing how she turned out, I made the right decision because I'm just like, oh my God. And I saw this in you when you were a kid. And to see how you turned out as an adult, I was just like,
how much you saved yourself.
You dodged a bullet.
You saved yourself.
Huge.
What is it? It's the sign and the symptoms. It's the little things that we have to look out for. You got to look past that schlong dome. You got to look past that big old camel toe. Okay?
Yes, you do.
You have to look past those things. It's just, okay, how is he interacting with his nieces and his nephews? Dang, every time that little girl walked past him, he pushed her. And he looked for real. Listen.
Some people are horrible.
Your boy said my niece can't never watch Faja. Because my niece, she's the oldest of 4 brothers. And she always called him ugly. You sit your little ugly self down. Get your little ugly self somewhere. But that's what siblings do.
Mm-hmm.
Him being a baby, he don't get that. She ain't gonna be calling my baby ugly. She ain't gonna be treating my baby like that. But he's observing. He's watching. So now he's being protective. And I'm like, that's just, you got to be around a family. You know how many times I smack my little brother in the back of his head? How many times you call your little brother or your little sister? That's what siblings do. But when we're out here dating and we're checking out families, how is this person treating their mother? How is this person treating their father?
I give people credit because I couldn't do it. After especially watching what my parents went through. And I went to high school with a guy who hooked up with a girl who had 2 kids and they started living together. And then the kids started he had his own opinion about the kids and the kids didn't like that. Like something to the effect of like they should wake up in the morning, and now the kid's like, well, our mom lets us and you're not our dad.
See, now
so now they're in a physical fight and the mom's like, you have to leave, he's got no place to go. And honestly, like I saw my parents go through hell. My dad's ex-wife showing up at the house, starting fights with my mom, busting windows, doing this, doing that, DCFS, the judges, the courts. I mean, that scared me where I was like, I don't even want a family, period, much less a blended one. So I don't know.
Feel you.
Listen,
I only dealt with
understand.
that. I only dealt with that once. We did have my ex-husband and I did have a big disagreement because I refused to watch the news. And so it's like, you got to watch the news because you got to tell.
It wasn't about the news.
Well, it was the news. And then it turned out to, I'm not a breakfast mom. I'm not a get up.
See, I told
cook.
you it wasn't about the news.
No, it was that too, but that was another story. The thing with the family thing. I don't get up and I don't cook breakfast in the morning because my sons weren't eating it. I'm not getting up and cooking eggs and all of this stuff for people who's not eating it. They want cereal. You come to my house and the top shelf got every type of cereal you could think about because that's what they wanted.
Right.
So it became an issue because his mama and Now they running around talking, you didn't cook the kids breakfast in the morning. So now we're arguing over why I didn't get up and cook breakfast when you was at home.
And see,
I
all
don't-
of that, like
I don't
say,
get up
these
and
are just
I mean, to this
conversations,
day
like-
today, I don't get up in the morning cooking my daughter breakfast. Her dad is in the kitchen making us waffles. Shoot.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Whatever that kid wants, and 9 times out of 10, I guess a bougie. I don't know. I ain't gonna say bougie because my daughter bougie, but she didn't want it. So it's like, why are we bickering and it's my grandma cooked me breakfast? Okay, my grandma didn't cook me breakfast. Did that make your grandma better? Did my grandma, because my grandma didn't make me breakfast in the morning?
And it also depends on the person. You know, my mom made us food, but once we turned 17, she stopped cooking for us. So, I mean, everybody's just kind of has their...
I was a cooker. I
boundary.
just wasn't a breakfast. I would do it, and if you're not gonna eat it, then why am I getting up? Because
See, we didn't have a choice. I ate plenty of things when I was young because I know in our house there was Sister Vance was not taking no orders. She didn't.
Right.
What you like?
No,
you don't like
same.
this. You don't like that. Listen.
You eat what we have.
When she used to make mashed potatoes and meatloaf, I hated it, and I hate it to this day. But if you wanted to eat,
You eat it.
you were eating it. If you didn't eat it, guess what? Feel free to go ahead about your life hungry.
Baby,
Right.
Because you were not going to get a snack. There was nothing. Oh, you didn't eat your dinner?
You ain't
I
getting
don't
nothing.
like that. Okay, good. Good night. Good night, nurse. You going to sleep hungry because so I had to eat it
couldn't
because
even go
Was
to bed.
Sister
We couldn't
Vance
even
like
go to
this
bed.
with all the kids?
yes.
See, my mom was only like that with me.
My
Because
mom
once
was all
my little brother came, which was 5 years later, so it was
Yeah.
a big gap. I remember my brother would be like, I want a hot dog, but you have to hard boil it, and I want the skin peeled, and I want it chopped up in little. And she used to do all that. Then she used to be like, Andre, he wants you to peel the skin off. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I was like, why are you doing that for him? You never did that for me. You made me eat what we had.
No.
But it was the second one. She's like, well, we have to try to like do better this time and fix
Right.
it.
I was just about to say we
like,
try to do better, but look, my oldest, the oldest 5, well, I'll say the oldest 3 got it harder. Then the 2 brothers came, and I kind of got a little soft on the 2 brothers because there's a big gap between them. But now this little girl, oh,
Then
baby.
she get everything. You
She
can't
get
even.
away.
She get
That's
away
how
with
my little
so
sister
much
is.
Up
stuff.
here and I be
My
like,
little sister's so
I
spoiled.
look at her and I be like, do you know how bad I want to whoop you?
Oh,
And she'd be like, please don't whoop me. Yeah, I don't like it when you whoop me. And I asked her, I said, how many whoopings you got? She's like, 1. And I said, what you get a whooping for? She's like, because I jumped up and down in the elevator.
Well, speaking of these whoopings, now listen, we're gonna go ahead on because is this gonna whoop some people next week? We are in Valentine's. Listen, it's Valentine's season. But first of all,
Yeah.
before Valentine's, it's my birthday, February 12th.
woo.
Whoop! But Valentine's Day. You all,
Valentine's Day about to be a hoot.
is it overrated? I mean, are we just at the point where, you know what, listen, been there, done that. Like, yeah, we go get the chocolates, we go get this, we go, go out, go all out. Is it overrated? Like, are people putting too much stock into it? Because you got people sometimes literally, what's today? Tomorrow, they're going to start a fight so that they can break up and be broke up through Valentine's.
They ain't gotta buy a gift.
Right. And so I'm just like, is it really that deep? And do you all celebrate Valentine's Day? So do you celebrate Valentine's Day, Lady Lotus?
Technically, I don't celebrate holidays, but I like to feel special. Like, my guy, he's Muslim, he celebrate. But he does go buy me things and he bring it to me and he go give me a card and I'm going to accept it and I'm going to go buy him something. And look,
I love Valentine's Day.
spoiled,
I
let me tell you,
celebrate
the
it.
spoiled chick bag for her classrooms, we already packed up her bags. Like, she's already made her little goodie bags. I am so upset. Y'all remember how we used to get the little box
I loved
with
that.
those and we
Oh.
signed them
Yes.
and we gave them to our friends?
Yes.
They do not have them.
That's so sad.
I went to Target and they did not have, and it used to be like half the aisle, and you could pick all your favorite.
You notice the
characters.
companies aren't even promoting Valentine's Day?
This shit, yeah,
all
I
the
noticed that. I was
candy,
just like,
all
oh,
the
okay.
candy is there. The candy aisle is bumping. The decoration aisle is bumping. But those little Valentines that we used to love to
That
give
was
to our
awesome.
friends, they're I ended up buying her these little notebooks with cats and dogs on them that say Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And she wrote their name on it. But then I feel bad because now they gave all these kids these little notebooks. So now I got to find them little pencils. But it's not the same.
I know.
And then the school stopped them from writing their friends' names on them. They're not allowed to write anybody's name on there.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
You just put everything in the bag and the teacher passed it out. We can't even give invitations to certain kids in the classroom, which I get that. You have to invite the whole classroom.
Right.
So now
I get that.
can the relationship work though? Like, so if you got somebody that celebrates Valentine's and they just wait for that one, because for me, I feel like don't wait for just one day to show me that
You can.
I'm special or that I mean something to you. So I'm not really, I know this may be a shock, but I'm not really a Valentine's Day person. I like it every day. Like, I want you to show me that I'm
All the
special to
time.
you all the time. I want you to do stuff just because. Like, don't wait till, it's because it's Valentine's Day. I mean, like, look, just, do something. It could be Groundhog's Day. Just do something special. It could be the first day of spring, whatever. Just whenever you're thinking about me, do something special. Don't wait
To this day.
a day to say where everybody else is celebrating. I'm like, I'll be on some kind of, let's create our own memories. Let's create our own day. Like, this is our day. So if besides an anniversary, but if we make it this year, we together this time next year, this particular day, this is going to be our whatever pancake day or pamper day, whatever it is. But like, let's create memories and things that are tailored to us. So I'm not so big on Valentine's Day. So like, if you forget Valentine's Day, we ain't breaking up because you didn't do something on Valentine's Day, so I don't get caught up in it. But I don't know, maybe I'm not looking at it the right way. But it's like, first of all, Valentine's Day, if you look at the origin of Valentine's Day, it's not really even a day of love if you really go back to
What is the origin?
So I'm glad you asked. According to an online source, the popular belief about Valentine's is that he was a priest from Rome in the 3rd century AD. Emperor Claudius II had banned marriages because he thought married men were bad soldiers. Valentine felt this was unfair, so he broke the rules and arranged marriages in secret.
Wow.
When Claudius found out, Valentine was thrown in jail and sentenced to death. There he fell in love with the jailer's daughter, and when he was taken to be killed on February 14th, he sent her a love letter signed "From Your Valentine." So
we're celebrating a death? What in the world?
This is what happened when we just do things because tell
they
us
put
to do
right.
it.
So
And
it's like Happy Valentine's Day. Well,
you remember Sweeties Day was the same thing.
Yeah,
Sweeties Day has nothing to do with a sweetie.
But that's supposed to be the opposite.
No, it's supposed.
So you're supposed to
Where the
celebrate
girls
the man,
celebrate
right? The girls celebrate the guy.
Right.
So I'm just like, well,
But that's
Well, both holidays are for money.
Right.
For the candy
very,
companies.
very much
Everything.
so. So I'm just
Everything.
like, let's do something.
But I like it.
I
do like
let's do
Valentine's Day.
something our own stuff. So it's just like, if because I had a guy that said, okay, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm like, okay, well, I'm fine with that. He was like, you're not mad? I'm like, well, no, because I like to do different things. Like, let's do just because dates. And so, yeah,
That's
he
cute.
didn't do Valentine's. Well, he still ended up celebrating Valentine's Day anyway. But he would do all these just because dates and just because things. So it's like
more.
it meant more because it's like it was always something good going on, and it wasn't always just okay. Well, we gotta wait to this day. We gotta wait to this day. He was always full of ideals and full of things to do, and that was one of the things that I really enjoyed about being with him is because it was always something different. But if you're gonna wait to just a special date on the calendar, I'm just like, I'm like, man, there's so much stuff going on in the world. It's just like, we are. We think that tomorrow is promised, the next day is promised.
And it's not.
And it's really not. It's so much stuff that has been going on. Even like the birthdays, like some people like, oh well, I'm gonna wait till I turn a certain age to celebrate and have my birthday. I'm gonna wait till my, to my 30th. I'm gonna have a big 30th birthday party, and I'm gonna have a big, and I'm just like, well, I mean, not to be the, to sprinkle no salt or try to bring, rain or be a cloud on your parade, but what if you don't make it to that set date? Now you're like, okay, you did all that waiting when you could have just celebrated it the way that you wanted to now. And each year, and each time you get a chance to celebrate a birthday, make it as special as you possibly can, because again, you don't know if you will reach another birthday. So I'm always like, okay, listen, I don't do a lot of big stuff, but I'm always thankful to see another birthday.
Yeah.
Because again, and I'm like, the more and more birthdays you see, sometimes I just don't want to be bothered with all of the hoopla. Like, I just like to, fall back and be in the cut a little bit, because I just, that's why I found my peace at. I'm like, you running and doing all this stuff every day.
And we always end up paying for our own celebrations.
It's so true.
Doing it because we want to do it. I know for me, I want to do it the way. Yeah. But I relaxed this year. I remember you asking me what you doing for your birthday. Absolutely nothing. Peace and quiet. And
That's
I didn't
beautiful.
do anything. We went to the movies, went out to eat.
Oh, I love that. That's a celebration. I always celebrate my birthday, but you know what I don't always celebrate? New Year's Eve. So this past New Year's Eve was my first time celebrating in 3 years, because it's such a dangerous holiday.
It is very
When's your
dangerous.
birthday?
August 13th.
See, I don't celebrate New Year's because I'm January 3rd. Who cares?
Oh.
I've
that's probably why I'm not big on Valentine's Day, because I'm February 12th, my birthday.
You're not
That's
about to
why.
tell me I ain't getting my gifts because of this and because of that.
Because
No,
what you're
it
not
has
going to
something to do
do
with
is have Valentine's Day outshine my birthday. That's what
Exactly.
you're not going to do.
Exactly.
Right.
I like that. And then it will be, and you're not gonna tell me you just gave me gifts for my birthday, and you're not gonna turn around and give me what you're supposed to give me for Valentine's Day.
Right.
I can't stand that. This
Oh,
your birthday and Christmas gift.
That was me. I was that kid.
But also depending on the state you live in, I don't know why weather plays a big part in how you feel about the holiday too.
It truly does.
If you're in an area that's cold during February, you may not feel like it.
Especially for us, because we don't know when. Like just with today, today's my sister's birthday.
We don't know if it's gonna rain,
and we
snow.
got all of it. So just a funny fact. February is my whole family's birthday.
Oh my God!
My first five siblings,
so
we're all born.
What's the zodiac signs?
We're all Aquarius, exception of my brother. He's a Pisces. But my mom, so we have February the 1st. My sister, she was just February the 1st. I have another sister.
It's the year of Aquarius.
February the 6th, and then I'm February the 12th, and then I have another sister. She's February the 15th, and then my brother is February the 26th.
Oh my God!
And then in between, I have my grandmother. R.I.P. She was February the 8th. Got another cousin February the 1st. Another auntie, she was yesterday February the 5th. So it's a whole. So February is really popping in my family.
Oh my God!
And so when we were growing up, like my mom used to have us one birthday party at the end of the month on my brother's birthday, or like at the end of the month
for everybody.
For everybody. But what she did though was for each of our birthdays, she always made, now that's the one time where you got your special, whatever you like to eat, and she made us our special cake. So that was so she always did that to, celebrate each birthday specially, but then we'll just have one big birthday party.
My mom was the same way. My birthday was August. My little brother's birthday was July. She was like, y'all having one birthday.
Right.
I don't think I've ever made the boys have one birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
I hated it.
And I have 2 a month though, but they're so far apart.
Okay.
Like Coriante was February 2nd, Jamel's February 4th. But Jamel just turned 28, and then Coriante.
Yeah, 20. Is he 27 or 28?
Because Larry 32. Ooh, juice! I'm telling my age. Larry 32. Jacquez just turned 30. So Jamel just turned 38.
28. Okay.
And then Coriante would have been 23.
Okay.
So I never would have made them have a birthday party, but then I have on August 5th and I have on August 29th.
Yeah, that's two parties.
Then
That's definitely
and
two
then
parties.
those are like the little kids. Then there's 2
Yeah.
October birthdays. There's October 4th, then October 28th. My oldest and my youngest are the only 2 who don't share their birthday month.
And I'm telling
The
you,
only 2.
me and my little brother shared everything growing up, same room, slept in bunk beds. I mean, even down to the clothes. Like, I'd have a sweater that he liked, and we'd be like, we didn't get it for you because it wasn't in your size. He didn't care. He'd
'Cause he know he
he'd
gonna
wear
get
the
it.
sweater down to the knees because he knew he would get it.
Yeah.
And it's so insane because now we grew up and we not really close. And I always wonder, like, maybe he feel like he was always in my shadow. But then I'm always like, I was always in your shadow, and I'm the older one because mom was always making us do things together. And even if I didn't want to, it was like, you have to because it's your little brother.
I feel like in that situation, just to give you a light of shining, it ain't just you. Because my little sister and I, you would think my little sister was the first girl in our family, like since me. I love my little sister. My little sister love me, but I would expect for us to be like this,
Yeah.
and we're not. Like,
See, what
she
it's
don't
being
come
so
to
much
me
of
for
us,
that
though.
advice, and I want my little sister to be up under me. No, everything she be like, my mama know everything. Your mama don't know nothing. I'm your mama.
See, my family, like my sisters and I, like we're close. We're really close. And like even with my brother, like we it's like we're crazy, but like I would say for the most part, we definitely are close. And we're always together. We're always talking. It's always some
And
foolishness.
they all sound just alike.
And it's like it's like we're all like collectively, like the first 3 of us, like, so my little brother, he would call me and my 3 sisters a pack of wolves. We his pack of wolves because he know, like, listen, you got any problems, like he already know. But then it's like my baby sister, now that she is, and it's so many years, it's a huge age difference between us, but now that she's grown. When she was growing up, we would always be like, you know what, man, we felt like she was our baby because she was the youngest.
Her and Junior was the same
Yep.
age, right? Yeah.
So we did that, but it's like to have the close knit, like it definitely means a lot. But just like kind of getting back to the Valentine's, but it's like when you're talking about Valentine's and is it overrated? I don't think that it's overrated if you're doing it for the right reason. Like if you're celebrating because you really love that person and you want to be with it, like let it be genuine.
Yeah.
If it's
And don't
not
overdo
genuine,
it.
Exactly. I'm like, we don't have to go
It's too corny.
getting $1,000, popping champagne bottles and getting all of this. Like I mean, to me that's what makes it overrated. But like, I'm like, I don't know, I'll be on some, maybe it be some corny stuff, but I want to do something different. Find a star, name a star after me.
That's cute. That's
name
cute.
a rock. Go get, show
Let me
me
get a street.
yes, do something. Like, let's do something different. Like, I don't know, like, let's do something different, but to get so caught up in it and say, you know what? Oh, my husband, we've been married 30 years and he forgot. Ma'am, if you've been married 30 years, his mind is going.
Yeah.
Not only is his
don't
mind,
care.
something else is fading. He like, Patricia, we've been celebrating a Valentine's Day. I was about to say Thanksgiving Day. Listen,
Patricia should just be happy he remember the anniversary and your birthday.
because he barely, remember that. So after
Men,
30
I don't
years,
feel like men care about this.
do
stuff
you
the way
like?
we
Is
do.
it?
They don't.
I don't really feel like.
They don't.
And when they do it,
Guys are so
like
detached.
my mom used to get so pissed off because my dad would go buy stuff off the Ave. The guys would be in the truck on the side of the expressway with all the flowers and all this
My
other
dad
stuff.
was up at the gas
And so
station.
my mom will be like, "Don't come up in here with this crap you just bought off the side of the road. You ain't put no thought into it."
And see, that's
My
what would
mom
make,
is like that.
and that's what would make me
But
mad.
I get it because you didn't. If you're not gonna put any thought
Exactly.
into
Don't
it,
do it at
don't
all.
do it.
Don't
Don't
do
just go run on the side of the road and buy me this big old raggedy teddy bear, and now I gotta figure out where we gonna put this teddy bear at.
And it probably got fleas because it's been
Take me
sitting
on
that truck.
vacation.
Listen, you'd be better off buying something that I like.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, to go back to what you were saying though, Andre, like to go over above and beyond for a holiday that is not
Even a federal holiday?
right, and it's not even real. Like,
Would you accept it if it was like every blue moon or going over the top? Like, I don't need you to go over the top
cool.
every single year.
Yeah.
right?
But maybe like, you know, you just pop out of the blue. Okay, babe, we finna go on a romantic Valentine's Day getaway.
Right, every once in a while,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. But like again, why do we have to wait until Valentine's
True,
Day? Like we
true.
can just every once in a while, like let's. And I wouldn't even say let's every once in a while. Let's make it a random, you know, a part of our relationship doing special things for each other. So like you did something for me, I'm like, okay, man, okay, or have a competition. Let's out special each other. So you did this for me. Okay. Oh, I got to make you. I got to make it up for you and try to do it. You know, try to compete with each other in a healthy way. But that keeps us trying to make things spicy and making each other feel important and feel special, opposed to, oh, I'm just gonna sit back. He better do this. I bet you he better have this for me.
And people aren't mind readers. Tell people what you like. Tell them what you want.
That is important.
I'm guilty of that. I won't
Because I get so sick of I saw you. No. And I'm one of them people that I'm just gonna like, I shoot out an email. I shot out my email in December. Birthday and Valentine's Day wishes.
I love it.
But then it boiled down to, I wanted to buy you this, I wanted to buy you that, but you sent me your little email. And I was like, those are just ideas. Those are just things that I would like. That don't stop you.
See, I don't want to send out ideas because I want you to you know, be creative. The only thing that I would say is just
some
keep
of them
in
don't
mind
know how to be creative.
it's two things, but it's like for me, I'm like, I feel like I'm very appreciative, even of the small, because it's the thought that count type of person. Like, especially now, if you know me, then you shouldn't be bringing me certain things because you already know I don't like chocolate. If we've been together for all of these years and you bring me some chocolate, I'm gonna have to hit you upside your head with it because we've been together for too long. But if this was a new relationship and he bought me chocolate, I'm going to appreciate it because guess what? You thought about me. It was the thought that count. You did not have to do that. And so I would never come and say, oh, I hate chocolate. What you buy me chocolate for? Oh my God, I hate chocolate. Because then I would kill your spirit for you ever trying to do something nice and special for me. So people would say, well, Jay, then how would he ever know that you don't like chocolate? So when the whole holiday is over with, down the line, I'll bring it up in a funny, lighthearted way. Oh my God, I'd listen. Them say, I hate chocolate. I hate banana. Like, babe, I bought you all that chocolate for Thanksgiving, for Valentine's. And I was like, I really appreciate it. It's like, well, why didn't you say anything then? Because it wasn't the time.
Right.
But now, since it's not right in my face and you giving it to me at that moment, now you're going to be like, oh, okay, she don't like chocolate. I'm not going to get her no chocolate no more. But had I done it at that moment, not only was I not going to get any chocolate anymore, I wasn't going to get nothing else, a surprise anymore, because I hurt your feelings.
Right.
True.
I hurt your feelings. I'm like, you know,
I'm dealing with that.
I'm like, you know, you can't be going around offending people and then you wonder why they ain't doing nothing for you. Well, have you opened your mouth? Have you went all crazy and did not accept what was given to you? And now your mouth done blocked your blessing. You done said, I don't do this.
Check your butt couldn't care.
I don't like that. Well, guess what? You ain't getting nothing else from me. Never. Okay.
And some people are tough gift givers and receivers. Like my mom was like that. It was never a gift she liked, and she would never tell us what she wanted. I was like, she's setting us up.
Your mama Capricorn.
She's a Sagittarius. She's a fire.
Right behind us.
And I'm a Leo, so I'm also a fire too. Me and my mom, we never got along growing up. Because I think my mom always thought I was challenging her.
Yeah.
But really, I was like, no, mom, I just have a mind of my own. And she's like, no. You don't have a mind of your own.
I don't know. You don't have no mind of your own. You don't have no
Your mom was like that too. Your mom was like that too.
But I think as a parent, that's just how we think. Everything that we think you're doing, like we think that you're being defiant, but it's because we are already trained to think that way.
Yeah, I mean, my mom would do my hair. I'd be like, I don't like my hair like that. She'd be like, but I like your hair like that. You do your hair how I like your hair. Dress me up in clothes, mom. I don't like these clothes. She's like, I paid for them. I like them. You're wearing them.
And see, we just learn to pick our, just pick your battles because we can't, we come from a time where, listen, you're going to do what I tell you. You don't have a choice again until you got out on your own.
Yes.
Then you can, now I can do what I want. Like,
You can do what you want to do now when you get out my
when
house.
you get out their house. But
That's how my mom was.
That's all
right.
Man, my
Going
mom was so
around
You
strict.
live in my house. You follow my rules and my regulations.
But see,
so you can
they
leave.
funny. But see, now they phony though. They two-faced it with it because my mother, she's not like that with the grandkids.
She
I'm
don't
like,
gotta be like that with the
listen,
grandkids.
I say, what's wrong with you?
See,
you was not like that, and
see,
so I be
that's-
tricking on the kids. I'm like,
You know
so
what?
you
You're
just
right.
gonna let them get away with
Cause
this?
My
I'm gonna
mom
take
was
up
like
for
that
her.
too.
Let me tell you
I
something.
have a
It
problem
is
with
not
that.
her responsibility to be that way with her grandkids.
It's
your
lies, I tell
responsibility.
you, lies.
You know what?
There is a difference. She birthed you. Because let me tell
Growing-
you, my grandkids gonna do whatever they want to do, get away with whatever
And
they
I-
want to
I
do.
hate
They could
it.
jump up and down
I
in the
hate
bed. They
it.
could write on the wall. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit there and laugh.
You know
they mom
what?
and their daddy got to deal with
My
them.
mom, like growing up, she would be like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I used to tell her I want to be an entertainer, and she was just like, "Not in my house." She's just like, "You want to be an entertainer?" She's like, "You have to leave the house first." And
Oh.
then people would come around, like maybe her friend's kid, or we would see somebody at the store, and someone would randomly be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pursue a career in like dancing or this or that," and she'd be like, "That's so great,
But
that's
why
so
you didn't say
amazing."
that for
Well,
me?
listen, wait.
And I said that to her once. She was
So-
just like, "Those are their kids." She's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"My kids aren't gonna do it."
So speaking of your career, Andre, do me a favor so we can wrap up. Let everybody know how they can get in contact with you and how they can vote so
Yes.
that we can get you to number one.
Oh, God bless you. You guys, thank you again for having me. It's your boy, Andre Bellos, and you guys can check me out on my website, which is andrebellos.com, and that's spelled ANDREBELLOS. All my social networking is on there. I'm currently in Dance Icon. Please vote. It's danceicon.com/Andre Bellos 2025. Azaro came out today. I'm influencing for them. And, was this something else?
The Walmart.
Oh, the
Walmart,
Walmart,
yeah.
thank you. And I'm doing affiliate creating for Walmart now. So just a few little things, and I'm grateful to be on the show and share it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Thank
Andre,
you.
for joining us. Listen, it's Lady Lotus and it's just me. Guys, take care of yourselves. Enjoy your Valentine's. Happy birthday to me. Until next time, you guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, you guys.
Woo! Good night.
That
was
they
fun.
gonna be a hoop this year.
That flew by. That was so much fun. Valentine's Day is
Good
going to
night,
be
It's
you
gonna be
cool.
a hoop because Valentine's Day on Friday.
Good night. Good night, guys. Sorry. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
You know the 15th.
Good night, guys. Good night. Thank you.
They get Saturday.
Okay.
Good night.
I ain't got no sense.